Welcome to the Take P.H.D. course. If you've bought this course, which you obviously have, congratulations, you're going to change your life for the better. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm fucking certified. I know I don't look like a pimp right now, I look like a tramp, but I just finished training. I don't owe you motherfuckers nice clothes, so whatever. I actually went out of my way and bought a whiteboard. That's some genuine effort. But the only pen I have is green, which is going to be difficult for you to see. So we're not going to use the whiteboard. We're going to put graphics in the video instead, which is more effort. Should have charged double for this shit. Anyway, so I'm going to teach you from the ground up how to get it done. I was thinking if I was going to do like modular videos, like little modules on each thing of how to do it, or just do one long video. It's actually quite difficult. It's almost like, imagine you're the best baker in the world and someone comes to you and says, teach me how to bake. Well, the first thing you're going to do is go, okay, well, bake what? Bake a cake, bake bread in an oven or on a fire, or how long do I have? What are the ingredients? Like the first thing the master baker is going to do, master baker, is going to ask you loads of questions, because baking is such an all-encompassing art. It's very difficult to just explain everything. And pimping is very much the same. It's very difficult for me to just explain absolutely everything, the whole 360 degrees, but I'm going to try anyway. And for that reason, I'm not going to do modules. I'm not going to break it down to little videos. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to fucking lay down some knowledge for the next long time. And your ass needs to get a pen and a fucking paper and pay attention. If you have to watch this video over and over and over again, fine. If you have to watch this video and understand that there's certain parts of it that you need to tweak to fit your particular style, fine. I'm not saying that this is going to be absolutely not rigid, but it is going to be a fail-proof system. That's what it's absolutely going to be, because there are some rules which are ironclad, can't be broken, and some rules there's exceptions to. So there's going to be a whole bunch of talking here. So if you haven't gone piss, go piss. Get some fucking popcorn. Buckle up. This is lesson 1 in your Pimp and Hose degree. Right, let's start with the basics. The basics are as follows. And like I said, when you're watching this video, there's going to be some rules which I tell you which are ironclad and can't be broken, and sometimes there's exceptions to the rules. I've read a lot of the manosphere bullshit, and sometimes they say, if you fuck her on the first date, she ain't worth shit. That's not true. I've had girls who I fucked on the first date who weren't worth shit, and I've had girls who I fucked on the first date I was with for 2 or 3 years, and they were fiercely loyal to me, and they were fantastic girlfriends. So that is a rule which has exceptions. But there are some rules with no exceptions. Like, oh, my girl has male friends, they're just her friend. No, not allowed. That is a rule that can never, ever, that cannot be broken. If you got your chick on lock and she's in love with you, she ain't interested in talking to no other fucking dude about Game of Thrones or some dumb shit. She's interested in talking to you and you only. So, like I said, I'm going to do a lot of talking here, and what I want you to do is pay a lot of attention, and especially pause this video. If I'm giving you examples, I'm talking about things, try and apply them to your own life, or where you've tried things in your own life or your own current situation, and see how they fit. I'm very open for questions, comments. If you have any particular questions or comments you want to come at me with, drop me an email. There's no problem at all. So we're going to start at the very, very beginning, which is the overview of the sexual marketplace that we currently live in. We currently live in a sexual marketplace which is extremely difficult for men. And it is getting harder and harder. It is not getting easier. It's getting harder and harder. Because women, biologically, are programmed to share an alpha male. Now I say this, and this is what's actually interesting to me. A lot of the manosphere stuff, the 21 convention stuff, all this shit is talking about how women are wrong and women need to be fixed. I don't necessarily think that's the case. If you can position yourself in the correct place, you'll have more than enough women. So by the way the sexual marketplace works is, if you're in the wrong place, you don't have enough women. But if you're in the right place, you have too many women. I have more women than I can see. By the time I've fucked all the girls I need to fuck to keep my normal rotation going, I don't have time to go on a date. Every night is planned. Every night I'm looking at my phone and I've got 4 choices, and I'm like, where am I going to stay? And that's not just because I've got money, because it's been like this before I had money. I've had money for 6, 7 years. It was exactly the same before I had money. I've always had too many women, because I understand where to position myself. So the first thing I want you guys to do is, a lot of this red pill stuff is anti-women, the way that women are hypergamous, and they don't like the way the world works, and women only want this and that, and it's really negative. You are not going to be successful with girls if you hate girls. You need to get that shit out of your head, and you've got to change your mindset where you don't like how women think. I don't like how women think. Women do this, women do that. Women think a particular way, and that's fine. If you know the rules to the game, if you can bend the rules or you can put yourself in the right position so that the rules of the game favor you, then you should be very happy women think a particular way. So a lot, like I said, a lot of this red pill stuff is trying to change the way women think, trying to say that women think a certain way and this is wrong, and like there's a new convention coming out, 22 convention, Make Women Great Again, about how to make women great. If women were completely fair like men and every woman just got with one guy, then where's the fun in being a G? Where's the fun in having all these chicks? Well, how come I have so many? I only have so many because there's a whole bunch of dudes out there with none. That's the way the world works. So I'm going to teach you to be in my position. So you need to get rid of any hate or resentment you have towards women. Get rid of that shit out. That's the first thing you got to do. When you understand women better, you'll understand why they do what they do, and you'll understand how to position yourself so it suits you. So the sexual marketplace is very difficult for men. And the reason it's difficult for men is because men have one weapon in the battle for sex, and that is attention. All you can give a female is attention. Right. I'm going to take my jacket off quickly. Before I take my jacket off, let me just remind you this watch costs 30 grand. If that upsets you, get your money up. So all you have is your attention. So the basics of the sexual marketplace are as follows. You give your attention to a woman to get sex. And the woman gives you her sex to keep getting your attention. Attention into sex, and sex into attention. That's how it works. Men give their attention to get sex. Women give sex to get attention. That's how it should work. But the reason the sexual marketplace is so fucked is because there's too many women out there who get attention without giving sex. So previously, not too long ago, men didn't give a fuck about a girl they weren't banging. They didn't care. Why would you care about a girl you don't fuck? She ain't nothing to you. You don't see her. But now with Instagram, you got girls with millions of followers. Millions of men are giving her validation. Millions of men are liking her comments and liking her posts and commenting on her shit and telling her she's beautiful. And she fucks 0 of them. So that skewed up the whole thing. Now it's all fucked. Because you got chicks getting unlimited male attention without having to give their sex out. And that's why the sexual marketplace is getting difficult. Because it's the whole fucking game, the fair equation has been completely skewed. Male attention is suffering from hyperinflation. Whereas male attention isn't worth shit anymore. 50, 60 years ago, if you were talking to a girl or you took her on a date or you bought her flowers, it meant something. Buy a bitch flowers now, she doesn't give a fuck. Why the fuck does she care? She gets unlimited inboxes in her fucking Instagram. She can get flowers anytime she wants. She doesn't fucking care. None of that means anything. So that's the sexual marketplace. So the number one game as a man is you need to attach some value to your attention. Your attention has to become more valuable. Because you have two choices. I'm assuming you motherfuckers are smart. I don't know all of you who've bought this. I know some of you have bought this. Some of you might be dumb. But if something hyperinflates, the choices are as follows. Imagine a currency. If a currency hyperinflates, you either do something to restore the value of that currency, or you give a lot more currency to get what you want. So my question to you is, if male attention's in hyperinflation, do you want to give loads more attention to try and get laid? Or do you want to attach a value to your attention so that you don't have to give very much at all, but you get what you want? The problem with giving loads more is you might not get laid. And then guess where you end up? The fucking friend zone.
It's complicated.
I'm single, guys. I'm single.
Holy shit.
What? Oh, no. We're really good friends.
Took her here, I drove her there, I took her to the movies. Every time she called me, I was there. Every time she felt sad, I was there. And this bitch is sitting there going, well, he's there anytime I want him and I don't have to fuck him, so why would I fuck him? And she ends up fucking some guy who doesn't give a shit about her, and you're sitting there going, why would she fuck the guy who clearly doesn't like her? Because the guy who doesn't like her, his attention has a value because she can't get it very easily. Just like a currency, the only attention, anything only has a value through scarcity. So when you want to attach a value to your attention, you have to limit the attention you give a female. You cannot be running through the earth, throwing attention everywhere for fucking free, and expect a girl to give a shit that she's getting any. If she knows you give